It's actually really similar to what happened in the first microwave method, and that's because the same fat breakdown that happened with the microwave technique is also happening here, only it's slightly less noticeable because it isn't happening rapidly. Let's see. In terms of the flavor, it's very reminiscent of the first microwave method. I know I'm chewing on something, but there's no flavor there. So the end result ends up being the same. It's lacking in a lot of flavor. Let's see the crust. Damn near broke a tooth right there. It's very dense. It does have more flavor than the first microwave method in the crust. The garlic is still there. Cheese, not so much. Like all the moisture has just been dried out of here. From a flavor perspective, honestly, this is like a 2. There's a little more flavor in the crust, but the cheese and the rest of the pizza is just not it. In terms of the texture, honestly, for me, this is gonna be a 1. I almost prefer a soggier taste than a dense, dry one. At least in the microwave, I didn't feel like I was gonna break a tooth on it. It's nice, but it's so dense and dry. I feel like I need water right now. And you have the worst parts of the microwave cheese. Yeah, this is a 1. This is not it. In terms of time, it was preheating the oven and then sticking it in there. So like maybe 13 minutes total. It's not the worst thing in the world and you just stick it on the rack. I'll give this a 3 for time because it's very little effort, a little more time than you would like, but not the worst thing in the world. Unfortunately, the end result, look at that. The end result is just not what you want. It's not it, fam. Let's move on to the long method. Now, I have been preheating this bad boy for an hour at 500 degrees Fahrenheit, as high as my oven allows. But here's the twist. I've also put my pizza stone in there, and it's been in there the entire time, so it is scalding hot. What we're gonna do is put a slice of pizza directly onto the pizza stone for 5 minutes and see what we get. Now, I've been dying for an excuse to use a pizza stone for a video. The idea behind them is that they get preheated with the oven, and when the pizza is placed on them, it cooks the base of the pizza evenly while also drawing out moisture to prevent the soggies. If my hunch is correct, this should also help in the reheating process, and we might even get a nice char. When we're talking about taste and new flavors being added to a pizza, it isn't necessarily a bad thing. For example, reheating a slice just right might add a smoky, charred flavor that'll bring the crust back to life. Unlike burning, which overcooks the food past the point of being edible, charring only partially burns or browns the food. This is the famous Maillard effect. We've talked about it before at length, but what can I say? More reheated nachos making it into my reheated pizza vid. But basically, the Maillard reaction is a chemical reaction that occurs between amino acids and sugars, leading to caramelization, browning, and development in flavor and aroma. Not to be confused with the Maillard reaction, which happens when Daffy Duck declares it's wabbit season. But there's a catch to look out for. Many pizzas are purposefully charred on the bottom to give it that smoky taste the first time around. If you go too far in reheating a pre-charred pizza, it can actually cause an acrid tasting soot to form on the dough of your pizza. Needless to say, we're not trying to inhale an ashtray here. We're not Tom Maluka. Shout out to my niche stage magician fans out there. And if that's you, make sure to perform my favorite trick and click that subscribe button. Now this looks amazing. It feels like it's had color and life injected back into it. Look at this, look at this. It's gonna be nice and crispy. And I know nowadays everyone's like, oh my God, no flop. It's because they're all copying a certain somebody that we're talking about on the channel. A little flop is good, but what you want with that flop is crunch and crispiness at the bottom. So let's see. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, this is amazing. The crisp at the bottom, the cheese, a little bit of fat that's come back up and bubbled up to the top and added moisture that way, but not like in the microwave where the fat was different and the cheese was congealed. Here, the cheese feels like it's been freshly melted. Bro, it's so good. This, on a scale of 1 to 5, from a flavor perspective,